Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Robinson here again, winding up the year with our Teacher Time show. So as I promised, I would get the second half of that end of the year document done with you. So here it is, part 2, end of the year. And a nice scripture verse in Colossians, the 3rd chapter, verse 23 and 24. And whatever so ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. So whatever you're doing for your students, just act like you're doing it for Christ, because that's the bottom line. I love this saying from Maya Angelou, and you probably heard it a couple of times, but the part that strikes me the best, people will never forget how you made them feel. That's because you're doing it unto the Lord. We talked about the Charlotte Danielson model, her framework, and why the administrators could not give you a efficient evaluation when it came to domain 4. So let's continue. So our year-end reflections document. There were the things I mentioned about domain 4. So you might want to see my Teacher Time Reflections video. Here was the document we talked about for the Peak Skills School City District, and we went through it. The last time I spoke with you, it was up to we were up to number 3, or we finished number 3. I think we finished it, and I said I would pick up from number 4. So there's the document heading, and here's where we're going to pick up. Number 4, participates in professional communities, maintaining a relationship with faculty and colleagues characterized by mutual support. So they help you, you help them. So what I tried to do was model professionalism through my behavior, because I always tell my students, I'm not going to tell you to do something that I wouldn't do. So I have to be, I think the scripture says, first partaker of the fruit. So I'm going to be the model. And that not only applies for my students, but as a good teacher, I believe you should also model in the department. So that was my thing. I would wear a shirt and tie every day, and even if I had tenure, I didn't mind having a shirt and tie dress up. And even one student asked me, why do you always wear a shirt and tie? And I told them, I think you guys are worth me dressing up for. And they're like, oh, okay. So I do a lot of different things to help my students. I volunteer my lunch period, and I go down and help them out at the lunchroom, or I can ask them to come up if I don't have the lunch duty. I can ask them to come to my room and we can go over a few things. I do stay after school to prepare myself for the next day, and they are more than welcome if they have questions that need answering. I don't mind taking a few minutes out of my time to help them out. I also run a 24 math game club. You'll see that little blue and yellow card there. The New York State contest we had a few years back, and one of my students placed top 10 in New York State. So I was very proud of him. So we also have a video math club, and that's all my classes, and I do ask other people if they like to get into a scene with us. So we make an annual state test review show that airs on a local cable channel, and now it's going to a few other places. So, but you can look to it on YouTube. It's one of the math prep review shows. So I have a cable mathematics show. I had that since, I believe, 2007, and I work with my students, various staff members, in order to make that production. It's called the Math Time Show, which is televised weekly on the local cable network, and it's a show that I created to help my students with their mathematics and see what we're about in Peekskill. So it says I've been the past 14 years. Well, we started a long time ago, 14, a little short. So I'm also a mentor teacher. I'm on the school leadership team, the data team, technology team, as well as being the head of the mathematics department in charge of coordinating, training teachers for the New York State math exam. I volunteer my time after the state test is over to help Dr. Cambalongo with alphabetizing and putting away securing the exams. I'm a member of the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, NCTM. I'm also a member, I go to the 10 county mathematics conferences, and I think they're great source of resources, so you can really get some good stuff and info from them. I was in the cohort at St. John's doctoral program. They had a branch of St. John's come down to the Lakeland School District, where I received my doctorate in that program. Here's just a little bit about 4D and 4E, and I just wrote down what I do: 10 county mathematics, NTM, Pi Mu Epsilon. That was an award I received and got on there in mathematics. I'm a mentor teacher. I won a lot of grants in doing certain things for my students, making movies and different things that I've done, and I've won it many years. Volunteer. Oh, wait a minute. I do remember a grant I won from Target, and that was $1,000. And I took 100 kids from our school to visit IBM, and my hat's off to them. And I would have did it again before I retired, but COVID hit at that time, and I was just getting my paperwork approved. So I volunteer chaperoning the dinner dances, and I'm a LEAP math tutor. LEAP is a program, after school program. Mathematics chair for 8 years. There's my cable show, Math Time, since 2007. Data team member, math prep video advisor. There's my Doctor of Education, 2012 was when I got it. There's a math club, 24 math club, Google instructor, smart board, grant recipient. So I've been busy. So number 5, enhance pedagogical practices to support instruction through professional development. So I attend, as I mentioned, conferences, and I did a lot of them, especially on the smart board, because when I won that big grant to get a smart board, I had to get familiar with the software and everything, and I attended a lot of video conferences with them for weeks on weeks. So I needed to increase my knowledge of the interactive board and what I can do with it. So later on, the students would be trained too how to use the smart board, and they really liked it. It was different from the chalk and talk or our whiteboards that we have. I also was using the Smart Response software in order to gather information from students. So I read articles from the NCTM a middle school magazine to find out different things about pedagogy, especially from math. I participated in many online webinars ranging from Google Classroom Management, preparing students to meet the next generation standards. These additional seminars were definitely invaluable to me and Mr. Teeman because we created the new Common Core algebra math class for them. Boy, a lot of stuff here I did. Also, in creating that curriculum, my students were available to test out some of the things we wanted to use and put in there. So it was nice to have them give their input. So I just want to give them a little shout out to my 7th graders, or our 7th graders. The continuity of successful experience is springing the light every year that passes. Because some of the strategies that I use, like for my doctorate, using music as a mode of classroom instruction to help what's going on, I ended up publishing my dissertation in November 2014, in which I received my doctoral certificate. And there it is on the bottom there to the right, St. John's University. And there's that Pi Mu Epsilon certificate I got for doing something in mathematics. So it was a long time ago. I have a friend at the Copper Beach Middle School in science who supported my endeavors of the synchronous learning using the flipped classroom approach, and he was a great guy and a science teacher at that, but I owe him a lot of thanks for helping me. All right, number 6, student progress. Besides the clubs I run, I do go to their events, their games, socials, and I try to keep my presence there long enough that they see me, that I'm there and I'm there for them, and I'm interested in their sports as well. Even though it's not mathematics, I like to let them know that, hey, I'm here to support you as well as being my math student. So I noticed my scores on my state tests are trending up for the past 17 years, and I'm really happy. Excuse me. Definitely had to get some water. With that, the increase in my students' passing percentages on the state tests, I'm always looking in my regular math class, who and I get them transferred into the accelerated track. So I always get a kick out of that because a lot of kids would beg me not to put them out of my class and into the accelerated class because they say they have such a good time with me that they would rather pass it up. And I tell them, no, we have to do what's best for you. And I said, you can always come by and visit in my room, but I think getting you into the accelerated track is best. So Google Classroom allows me to see the progress of the data more overtly than before. It's quite impressive. I'm able to give surveys on those Google Docs, and in one survey it said 94.7%, really almost 95, really, said that I succeeded in educating them, which was my goal, to make sure that they were getting the best of me. And this information was very good because I needed to know, am I getting to them? We were on the pandemic, and I wanted to make sure these live video conferences were helping. So I submitted that information on my end of the year document, and I like to show what I'm doing and see if I'm doing it right. So the kids had to answer questions. Did I succeed in educating you was the question. 94.7% voted that. Here's a picture of more student progress. There's me at home in my kitchen, and there's one of my students who was on the live video conferences that we were having, and we were talking about probability. All right, experimental. So I would ask different questions to get my data. Do you feel I educated you during the distance learning? So I was really curious about that. 49.1 said yes. So almost half the students said yes. They were thought they were getting educated. 45.6, some said that. And a little bit of people said no, about 8%, 7%. So I did a lot of those video live conferences, and I wanted to know, are the kids really watching them? My questions, by the way, were also in Spanish. 57 responses. 5 students said poor. And I'm like, what? The conferences were poor for those 5 students? I could have looked them up and see which students they were, but I chose not to. I know everything is not everybody cup of tea, but I always kept trying different things in order to get them. 12 students said excellent, 14 said number 4, so it's almost an excellent. So, but I needed documentation to find out are they progressing. So I tried a lot of different programs, and next year when we start the Math Time show, I plan on going in a lot deeper into some of those programs. Here's another graph. Would you like to continue the distance learning in the future? And 56% of them said maybe. 17.5% said yes. So 26.3% of the kids said, so a quarter of the kids said no. So I was glad that I was getting through to them. I asked them, how many of those live video math conferences did you attend? So 7 or more, there's a small slit. 5 to 6 conferences, that's the green, 14%. And let's look at the blue. How many attended none of the conferences? 22.8%. So it was a difficult time when we were going on the videos, live video conferences while they did that at home. But hey, well, I didn't mind keeping at it, so I thought it was valuable. Here's all the stuff that I mentioned. I also had to mention that I purchased in for my classes, because I need the administrators to know that in order to get good grades, I had to really do things that were out of the ordinary for my students. So there it is. I talked about this in one of the other videos in my group work. So this is all their group work supplies, what we had and what they used. And I even had it color coordinated. That's why you'll see some colored calculators there, and the baskets, the whiteboards and everything that they had was color coordinated, so I would know what color belonged to which group. And even the erasers, I had some color coordinated erasers, so cute. As I mentioned before, I kept scores where we were playing those math games that they liked, and I would see who would be the best class out of all of them. So every day was an interesting time. More professional responsibilities, what the administrator observer couldn't do in class. So they had, when they're reflecting on teaching, that's something I had to bring up outside of receiving my regular observations. So I had to make sure I let them know what I was doing. and how I was. What was nice about Google Classroom, I could go back in time and look at one of the old classes to see what I was up to at a certain date. So that's why I really like to learn how to use Google Classroom efficiently. So I was always digging through my files to see where I was on my computer with the lessons. Communicating with families is a parental contact video. If you haven't seen that teacher time report card, check it out. It really helps out. And like I said, when it comes down to talking to parents and communicating with them, I had a weekly menu of activities of what we were going to do for the whole week, and they had their levels that they had to complete and send me emails to let me know what was complete, watch their videos and complete their handouts and their castle learning and take a test at the end of the week. And they had projects they had to do. So there's a math poem project by Nick, and he did a great job on it. But I'm going to take a second to show one of the movies that we did. And I'm going to stop it right there. Take a second to acknowledge all the nice things that they wrote to me. Dr. Rob, this year was very fun. You you are the best. So cool. Have a great summer. So they stayed a few minutes into summer vacation just to let me interview them for my next year's class. Thank you, girls, for doing that. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up. So, so here are some things, your professional responsibilities that the administrators could not do on your observation. But here it is your turn to give back to them. Teacher communicates frequently and sensitively with families and successfully engages them in the instructional program. Students participate in communicating with families. So I created a video I think you should check out when it's report card time. If you haven't called those parents, and report cards are here, and now this is like the worst time to make your first phone call to a parent that your child is failing and may go to summer school, and you haven't touched base with them all year, and you're in for a rude awakening when those parents come in there that you haven't seen all year, and some may come with a lawyer. So make sure you do your parent contact way ahead of time. Here's me showing professionalism. There's Math Prep 14 in the middle here with me in my shirt and tie, as I mentioned. There's one of my colleagues who helped me out in Math Prep 19. And they're my students in my last Math Prep movie, Math Prep 22. So I'm ready to wind it up. So I got a little time to deal with this. I threw in some comments in my end of the year document about my web channel on YouTube and about the videos that I created for my students to watch and help them with their studies. And it says I've created over 300 study videos, and looking down here it says 433, but I think it's more like 450. So So I created a lot of videos for my kids to watch, and they still watch them. I even got a note from a student telling me they're going to college. And they said they were happy to see that I still make those videos. So maybe I'll make a few college videos as well. I have one video that's over 85,000, and there it is up there, scale drawings, 106K views 12 years ago. So I did something in the department called PD in 10. So that's professional development. I didn't believe in keeping the teachers doing busy work, but I like the teachers to get something out of our department meetings. I would start our department meeting with something that I knew would help them as they face the day. So, but it was over in 10 minutes, and I'll be sharing some of those things with you in next year's Teacher Time show. Let's see. I also schedule interdepartmental meetings with the math and science people, so that way we can discuss acceleration and rubrics for the accelerated science classes, what common topics that we have. So, well, it was good. So, I gotta stop, because that's the end of the video. Part 2 is now over, and I made it in time before this bell rings. So check us out on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson, PKMS, Peekskill Middle School. Subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, or write me a comment if you don't like what we're doing. But if you have questions or something, write me a comment. I'm very, very open and very, very honest. So check out PKMS Math Prep 21. You can X me at drobmath1. Don't forget to watch our show, Teacher Time, every Tuesday on cable, Optimum Cablevision, 6 p.m. to 6:30. We're also coming on channels not only in Peekskill, but we're in Ossining on channel 15, Yorktown channel 74, New Rochelle channel 76. And don't forget to check out Math Time, which comes on a little bit earlier than Teacher Time on Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Same channels. If you would like more information on this topic, write me at robinsonmath@aol.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Teacher Time show. Thank you for being with us. End of the year document, once it's submitted, hey, that means summer vacation is not far behind. So enjoy the year. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking your time to visit Teacher Time. Bye-bye.